No, we didn't approach it any differently than any of the previous records. We didn't deliberately set out to make a quieter record. It's just it's just the way it turned out. I mean, we usually record a lot of songs and pick the ones that we like the most, and if they're a bit quieter, then they're quieter. So there's no game plan beforehand. It's just whatever we think's the best sticks, basically. We had a really good time doing the Dan record. It's very different recording a soundtrack than a regular studio album. So much more. It's quite an intense experience because you've got a much shorter time frame, and you've got to make what you're doing obviously work with the images. So it's quite different, but it was a lot of fun. I think if there's any similarities between this record and the soundtrack, it's the fact that some of the songs in the new album we recorded for a soundtrack for another film, but they never got used. We got sacked, so we had these songs left and we liked
maybe
them,
for another record, or
so we just decided to adapt them and put them on the new record. So it wasn't hard. We'd met him before, like at parties in Glasgow, and he talked to several of the guys about football because he's quite a passionate football supporter. So they used to have arguments and stuff, and I think I don't know, for some reason I think we were the first people that jumped into his mind because he knew there was a similar affection for football there, and it just sounded like a good first soundtrack to do. It sounded like an interesting film, so it was. We didn't have to think long about it. No, I would be surprised. We like our distortion pedals too much, and it's fun playing the guitar. So I don't think there's much chance of us doing a completely electronic album.
Yeah, and maybe you want to keep the half acoustic and half electronic, or
I think we're comfortable with it. So I mean, I'm saying this, but I've no idea what we're doing next. But at the moment, I would be surprised if it changes too much. It's just it's a hard thing to be able to do. I think especially when it comes to a subject like politics. It's very hard, I think, to get your message across well through music, and I don't know, without seeming quite, I don't know, I think it's very hard to make it work. And even though we are quite opinionated people, we like to keep it separate. If people want to know what we think about something, they can ask us and we'll tell them. But I don't think we really feel it has any place in the music. About instrumental music, it's the fact that it's easy for people to
let the music talk.
Make their own images. So it's no problem. I mean, we're happy that it's that way. It's quite interesting when people tell you what they think the song means to them as well. So it's good. I think we try and do most of the stuff ourselves now. I think in the past we used to have different people singing on the records and stuff, but it's quite frustrating when you do that because you can't play the songs live because you need the other person from the other band there. So if you're lucky, you get to play a song twice live, and it's just it's no fun. So we just decided to do everything ourselves. But I don't know. I mean, if somebody asked us to do something with them that we really like, then we'd definitely have no qualms. But nobody's been asking, so I don't know, and I don't think we're going to particularly pursue anyone to do anything. So we'll see. There's always bands that we want to play with live, but whoever we haven't seen live yet is usually that's usually how we decide. Oh, I really like them, but never seen them play. Let's ask them to come on tour. So we'll see.